ban now.
Radiant's turn to ban.
Ten seconds.
Remaining.
The Dire get a ban.
Here's the Radiant ban.
Dire's ban now. Ten seconds.
5 seconds remaining. Radiant's turn to ban.
Dire's turn to pick.
Radiant's turn to pick.
Puck.
Ten seconds.
5 seconds remaining. Radiant's turn to pick.
Clockwork.
Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back again. We are here in LA ESL qualifiers. Game number 2 of Fnatic facing off against Geek Fam. Spoiler alert, Geek Fam won game number 1, in case you can't see that little blip right in front of your eye. And Mr. T Governor, it was crazy. They were able to make it happen. There's not been that many changes going into this. Fnatic still confident in their draft, gonna give up the puck and take the Clockwork Void Spirit. How you feeling?
I'm feeling great. As each game goes on, I get stronger with more and more energy. It's as if I've just had 12-hour nap, 20-hour nap. I'm just raring to go.
Nice.
But
5 seconds remaining. Here's the Radiant
bit of-
ban.
yeah, but the real question: Fnatic playing the Moon.
Ooh.
Are they gonna do the rematch showdown of the puck versus?
You
this
know,
Moon Redemption, where this 5-minute break that was cut to a 3-minute, that was then put back to a 5-minute, was actually just Moon needing to tell the boys, guys, I need to play voice,
10 seconds.
and I need to show you guys that I'm actually gonna.
I will say this, Moon is a player that plays better when he's angry. And he is a player that can get angry very quickly and then just like come in there and be like, all right, I'm gonna put the spanking on this man. That's his mentality. And I think that all the tips, all the praise, all the love, he's gonna be wanting to prove himself in this one no matter what. But Geek Fam do get Carl his puck like we've seen. One thing that I also want to let everybody know the stakes of this game and where we're standing. In Group B right now, Geek Fam and Fnatic are both playing it out for the #1 spot ostensibly. Now there is a chance, because of the way that these games have worked out and the fact that we've seen Boom ID go 1-1 earlier and then lose to both of the other two teams, there is a slight possibility that they could end out here with a finish above Geek Fam, or the real ones would be Signal Ultra. That's one of the other ones that could potentially get knocked down. So if we see Fnatic lose 2-0 in this one, and then they lose later on today against Boom, then all of a sudden you're in a position where they might not make it through to the major qualifiers. There you go. Beautiful. It's amazing. The other thing that I wanted to mention, it's okay. We're just gonna move on. But the other thing that we should be keeping in mind is that there is a secondary group that's going on simultaneously. It's being covered over on Join Dota Red, and we have Adroit and IO that are playing in that series. Or not Adroit and IO, excuse me, Adroit and TNC Predator that are playing right now. TNC Predator have not been able to close out their games. They have not looked super fabulous. They've lost a game to Neon, they've lost a game to IO, and just a second ago, they lost a game to Adroit. So if they don't manage to win out 1-0, at least one game over Adroit that's going on in Join Dota Red, they potentially could get knocked down into the lower side of the bracket, or potentially, depending upon it looks, they could even be knocked out. There's still a lot of things that could change around in Group A, and the fact that Adroit is kind of just owning everybody bodes very well for them. Right now, it's looking like it's going to be Adroit and IO that are making it onto the majors, which would give a pretty free path. Not necessarily super free, but I think that these teams match up well against those two. So we'll see how it goes.
5 seconds remaining.
Pretty much is like Old God Mineski rebranded under a new name and with a spice picked. So this team it's good. It's very.
I mean,
good.
It is new Mineski, but it's like that's the new organization. So it has like the support of the organization. I will say that looking at like Ohio switched up to position 4, Mushi playing 5, there's some dubious things going on in there. I'm all about Ben-Hur, Bimbo, and Miracle. Like, you know, so I'm saying Bimbo, Jay, he's my man. I love him. He might be one of my favorite players of all time, him and Cuckoo. But what I'm saying is that I'm not sure if I'm a believer in Ohio 4 and Mushi 5.
10 seconds.
Yeah.
5 seconds remaining.
I think that was also a mixture of Reality Rift having their heroes be really good at the time.
Ten seconds.
5 seconds remaining.
There you go. You're getting there. Right.
Pick up your cash Pango, give him a Maelstrom, and then you can at least mitigate some of the early game presence that these illusion heroes. Of course, moving on to the late game, when they pick up their half,
Radiant's turn to
then
burn.
you're a little bit upset.
In the
But
spirit.
overall, nice early game
Ooh.
counter.
And look at this, Geek Fam throwing a curveball in there. They're gonna take the Ember Spirit for themselves, so it's off lane puck. So we're going to be seeing the Cuckoo Puck, a Carl Ember Spirit against the Void Spirit, most likely mid. It's definitely going to be an Ice Pango. The big question is, do they switch it over and have 23 Savage play Void Spirit and they want a better matchup against the Ember, or how do they view that matchup? It's going to be quite telling. That does also mean that it's probably going to be position 4, so we're looking for Zephyr's Hero last on Geek Fam, and then either one of 23 Savage or Moon for Fnatic. What about like a Death Prophet? Because like I don't know if Fnatic ever going to have the better late game than PL Ember. Like I feel like Fnatic maybe just need to end the game.
5 seconds remaining.
Or did I say DP or did I say PL? Yeah, DP. Yeah.
Dire's turn to pick. Seconds.
5 seconds remaining.
Yeah. Life Stealer's gonna be banned out. Right.
Radiant's turn to pick.
Dude, this is such a greedy lineup from Geek Fam. Holy shit. This is crazy.
Seconds.
5 seconds remaining.
Right. Right. What about like an AM or something? Like to try and like hit your timings and just end the game around it.
Choose your hero.
So they're gonna be running Void Spirit. Oh no, it's Mag Safe Lane. Okay, so they're gonna do it. All right. Game number 2, Fnatic putting their hopes onto a 23 Savage Magnus, and Geek Fam on the other side with a super scaling into the late game draft, as every single one of these heroes is amazing later. And Fnatic, I mean, there's some parts of it that are definitely solid, but you know the thing that I'm really, this is something that I don't normally, I don't think I've ever said it about Fnatic. I think Jabs needs to have a good game. I think that Bane getting 6 early and making rotations to kill Carl, if he can manage to do that, I think that's how they win this game. Just shutting down that Ember Spirit from getting too out of control.
Yeah, if this Ember sets an early tempo, playing into the puck lane, playing and allowing to, we've seen it so many times already, you bring your 4 heroes into the opposite side of the map, you open up your own jungle, and it'll be for the PL in this scenario. Just because you have such robust 4-man, Boom running in, Coil, AA Blast, by Ember being like super mobile, it's really hard to true for. Like you said, this Bane, good lane top, pull, maybe make an early rotation. Clockwork needs to try and annoy the Ember Spirit, maybe sit mid a couple times, just make go, okay, maybe I can't fully play in the lane. Yeah, this is super important that Fnatic play a good early game so they can actually pressure the PL. If Geek fam are the ones doing the pressuring, then your PL is just gonna free fall. The PL, kind of spooky.
All right, we'll see how it goes. 8 wins in a row for Whitemon. Is it going to be number 9? Can they do it? Only time will tell as we hop into this game number 2. And, well, Fnatic gonna head up to the north side, do the normal things that we've seen from them over and over again. You know, the one thing that I would be concerned about if I'm Fnatic is that you talked about it, you identified it, the same exact movements over and over with the Ice 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 DJ combo. And when you are so predictable with what's going to happen, that gives a lot of space for the opposing team to figure it out and make reactions once they get to the playoff stage.
Yeah, I think the thing is though, the moves that they're making aren't like super, oh whoa, these are real punishable moves where,
well, we don't know.
Potentially pick up.
I mean, pro players have chances to figure that stuff out, right? Like, we don't see a punish for it, but if you give like a couple of pro players the same exact thing shown over and over again, maybe they come up with answers.
Yeah. The suggestion that would be made would be they're always skipping the wave and having this type of lineup. Then you'd opt for potentially a Disruptor or Bane type hero that could punish the roaming support. So, for example, your Bane can Nightmare the to stop the creep waves being aggroed and send the lane back.
Right.
That's one way to counter it. And then the alternate would be just picking up a carry that just loves sitting on the tower free farming. So that would be like your life stealer. Or maybe even a Terrorblade to some degree, like one of those heroes. And then you punish it that way. But the physical counter of a Luke's 4 running around, it's your 5 can't really do it. So you have to just fully swap lanes as well. Again, if people sit down and properly look at how they play the lane and then bait it through the draft, then sure, there could be ways to set it on a platter for them to
prepare for a lesson.
They're sending a lot of heroes down here. Whitemon not showing himself yet, but is going to already start to get the pressure on the 23 Savage, who's been left all alone down bottom here, but we'll still be able to get the nice CS. The AA throws out one snowball and then is gonna run down to help out Mr. Raven, who is trying to deal with the pressure from Ice Ice Ice. Clockwork makes his move. Whitemon gonna try and contest it. They have the Cogs pushback. Doesn't want to get too close. Trying to bait out the Cogs, but it won't happen. So gets the pressure on. DJ pulls the creep wave further, and Whitemon, what is he gonna do? He's walking back and forth. You knew this was coming. Oh.
No way that worked.
Nah, he's not quite in range.
Yeah, that is a wild attempt.
It would have worked if DJ would have gone for the other camp, but
the other route.
Does not do that.
Oh, bot lane though. Suku.
Oh. That's a classic.
The early Nightmare pickup. Very, like, it's quite a surprise, right? Like, you don't often see, you normally see like a brain slap on a Bane and then you get surprised by a 4-second Nightmare.
Right.
Whew, that's a lot of right click.
Dude, Ice 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 is taking a lot of damage here from Whitemon. You get the salve up from the AA. He's going to be able to go for the last hit. Also doesn't get his salve broken, turns to fight. Ice 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 does have another one of the swashbuckle away, but doesn't decide to use it. Salve, heal back up. And as you mentioned, Nightmare going to be used this time onto Zephyr.
Draw a line to Radiant's middle tower.
It's sinking, just like your shit.
Tango, in terms of laning, it's quite a, until you get the Javelin, quite a weak laner where you have to rely on critical washbuckles and your 4 being able to help. Right. The way that they're playing this lane right now with J kind of skipping waves, kind of make this PL a little bit, Pangolin a little bit underwhelming.
Courier Snipe. Oh, 2 for the price of 1? He wanted both. He might be able to get both. Oh, God. Run away, poor Courier. Now he's got the battery assault, so he's either going to get the Courier or he's going to get Whitemon.
Oh, okay.
Push back. Chase, he's going.
No.
He's not stopping. Fairy Fire? Fairy Fire? Living?
Oh,
yeah, he's living.
It.
It's going to salve up afterwards, so that's okay. Mid lane, we haven't looked at it much, but Carl facing off against Moon. Taking a lot of damage here. Does still hold on to that Fairy Fire. He did not worry that much. Didn't even pop it. But he keeps his Fairy Fire, salves up. Looks like he's going to be fine. It's 17-4 versus 14-3. So Moon getting the better end of the deal right now.
We've seen this matchup so many times, like the Void Spirit, the Ember, and today in the NA qualifiers, CCC actually played a lane in which the solo killed the Ember and then had level advantage and pretty much just dumps it. It's quite a volatile lane in terms of if you know how to play your lane and bait out the Flame Guard and get a couple of these taunts going, then you actually have quite decent kill potential on the Ember from the Void Spirit.
Ooh, that was close. They did use the Fairy Fire there. Still 3
here's the potential
on charges. The Remnant.
Gonna throw that onto the rune so that he can't get it.
Oh, it's a DD. DD top.
No.
That one's tough.
So sad if I was Carl right now. He's looking at this Void Spirit bottling up Animal Kingdom.
He knows.
Like, neutral items, they're RNG based. What about runes, right?
That's true.
Fix this as well, guys, huh?
Well, yeah.
No?
I mean, the thing about it, though, is that I will say that it feels as if, as Carl has to take the long walk back, it feels as if when you're doing the rune thing, it's a moment, and the moment does affect the rest of the game, but items give you multiple moments. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, also, as I meme, runes are very much dictated by also the rotations of your support covering it as well. So you can play for that. So yeah, I am heavily memeing on the rune. I still think the neutral items, they still have their place for slight adjustments, I think, just to bring it more in line for both teams, right? Like you have one team with a telescope and one team with a pair kit type of thing. But patch by patch, we'll eventually get that. Oh,
Moon
no.
goes in, tries to save it. Fairy Fire. Moon still going in on this, but Carl is not going down yet. DJ making the rotation. They don't get the kill. He's able to live.
So close, but...
So now after the DD and refilling the bottle, Moon is having a much better time of this lane so far. We'll say that down bottom PL, or not, excuse me, up top PL's having a good time, but Mag is leading the CS charge. They get some trade damage on 23 Savage. Infernal Blades, skewer back.
The cool play.
Doesn't quite
tried
work.
going for the shockwave into instance. But he's such a tanky boy. Look, he's got double bracer, 2 salves actually.
Aether pull back in. Carl, Remnant, chase. I think he dodged away from that resonant pulse. So he might have to TP back home again.
This is the pressure that you wanted. Like the Ember, if you want, also of course, if you want Fnatic to win, you don't want this Ember to have a good game. You want to force out the Ember and then close out the jungle, make the PL, the Ember farm the same area they have, and then from that point, you can use the fact that you also farm quickly with it.
Carl, again, squaring up against him, managed to keep a good presence there in that lane as Raven, brought down somewhat low here, does not have any more regen actually, but the salve is going to be passed over from Whitemon, and that should give Raven time to heal back up afterwards. The rotation is coming from Bane, who heads all the way up here, has a Brain Sap available. Doppelganger gets the pushback. They know which one's real now. And Chase looking for the follow. Brain Sap Raven. And now the Nightmare cast onto
tanking the tower. Ooh,
the Doom.
Christ.
But they can't do anything.
No, but that was a wild nightmare. You want to hit us with a song?
No.
Singer?
I am only but karaoke, so we would need that music to come through as well.
We'll work on that for tomorrow or the next day or whatever day. I don't know. They're all merged into one at this point.
That's how you get content ID flagged. Get the VOD taken down.
See.
Nobody wants that. So,
The after.
right.
We'll host a karaoke stream that you'll be featuring.
I am not committing to this.
No,
Dude, look at this guy.
I understand.
Moon's just coming in here and like stealing away everything from him. This is what I was talking about. When Moon gets pissed off in a game, he starts to play better. Yeah. Chase forward, looking for it. Light a fist, dodge, it pulled onto the creep instead. Now Moon, maybe a little bit of an overextension. Can Zephyr do anything? No.
Nearly cast his cut.
A quick TP away, almost taking down that Ember Spirit. And he is coming back in a second here. He bottles up, heads in. Could have passed off a bottle charge to his buddy Zephyr, but decides not to.
It's like, you made me take an awkward fight. You don't get anything. Glad to base. Sorry. Okay, bye.
So far, so good for Fnatic. We're 1,000 gold up. But the big thing that I keep feeling in the back of my head is, can they sort of end this game before we get to the later stages and Geek Fem really come online? Because Ember PL late game, just it sounds really scary to go up against.
Especially when you're relying on your carry being an RP. Of course, RP is very strong, and you normally should get kills with it.
Right.
Simply, if you miss it once and then playing into the cooldown, then the likes of a PL Ember type lineup can just go, alright, go guys,
Did you
let's
see
go take
that?
some fights.
Did you see that by Whitemon, by the way? He was trying to take this shrine, or the outpost. I'll go show you in a second. Carl is going to force him back. But he was trying to take this outpost, and then he saw that DJ was coming over, so he walked this way until he got out of vision of the outpost, and then he cut back that way and went around, and DJ was coming to cut him off there, so he like faked him out.
But that just really just knows where that, right?
Yeah.
Quite a lot of players, they don't actually know where the vision is and where the truth.
Right.
They kind of put wards in this area, and then what happened with DJ on the first day? Like, he walked in this area, put a ward. Ah, I just got dewarded.
Yeah.
A radiant
DJ goes in, Zephyr's there as well. Bounty Rune picked up by DJ. Ice moving in. Is going to drop the ulti, connects onto both of them. And do a little ring around the Rosie. We'll find him on the second volley. Have the swashbuckle afterwards, which is enough to kill off the Doom, but now they jump in with Raven, and Ice is overextended. He gets punished.
That's what happened. Like, when you commit for that kill, and you know after like 4 or 5 seconds of rolling around, you're like, I've got to commit my my swashbuckler now.
Right.
And that's my defensive spell. Also my aggressive spell. Oh well, I will die if I kill this man. I don't think Match cares too much. But also, really interesting build he's putting out. Bassi, Buckler, and now trying to go for the Glad rather than an early Javelin. Looking to just enable his team and potentially have a moment of just...
Yeah, it does feel like this is more oriented towards the idea of we're going to play around the mag and, you know, use the empower as my farming mechanism for later. And the worry that I have is that that doesn't really give them that many answers for PL. It's like, if Pango doesn't have damage items, how do they deal with the illusions? Like, I don't think that empower is enough. Maybe I'm wrong though.
I think the empower will allow him to just kill the PL, right? It's gonna allow you to like chip through the loop. If we catch him, we're gonna kill him. Right.
Bottom tower is staggering.
Dyer's drop tower.
They managed to take the top tower. 23 Savage makes that rotation over here. Bottom lane, likewise, the constant move that we've seen, taking down that
Again,
tier 1 tower.
this is Fnatic have done it so many times. The double TP to tier 2 to enable the tier 1 TP. We're gonna watch out for the scenes like they're gonna most likely double.
Well, they blow up
The
one.
Magnus TP. Here we go. They're looking. Mistook though.
Cuckoo gets the quick little jaunt away. They still have Fiend's Grip available, so they could keep this pressure going if they want to. But yeah, taking the tower, defending their own, easy peasy there.
Under attack.
I honestly really like this play from Fnatic. Every time that they want to defend one, it's just we go tier 2, we just run at them as a wall, and if they ever fight us, we've got enough stuns and enough annoying spells, we can then punish them violently.
Right.
I love it every time, every time.
But that's the thing, right? Is that's kind of what we've been saying is Cuckoo is just gonna get RP'd there. Does he go down? Need another punch is enough. Zephyr has Doom available, but they can't get in range. So he will manage to escape.
Yeah, I think you're probably getting to the point in which you're saying it can become predictable, right?
Yes, it can become very predictable.
For sure. And I think, but that's the thing, you have to sit in the back of your mind, right? As a spectator or an analyst to go, oh, they're doing this 1,000 times, okay, we'll remember it. But in a fast-paced game where these players are honestly probably thinking 2-3 steps ahead at any time,
right?
It's hard to always remember the intricate plays, right?
Yeah.
Because the game's so dynamic, right? And in the moment, you might forget this specific play. Like, we're pushing this tower, you might not go, yeah, they always TP to tier 2 and smoke, right? Like, it doesn't always click, especially when you're playing game after game.
Well, and in fact, it did look like they were anticipating it. They brought 2 extra heroes and were trying to cut them off, but Whitemon just ran into them. So it was
for sure. They were actually probably set up to actually take the fight. It was just Fnatic didn't actually commit on it this time.
It was a little bit of a mispositioning as well. So we were talking about it earlier, but the want and the desire to just fiend script this Ember, if they can manage to get it right here, it's pretty clutch. But instead, it's going to be Moon that gets caught. Hey, blasted, jump through. Ice tries to roll in, is going to be able to find one. Jabs, goes for the Nightmare. Not bad. Chase, DJ tries to run in. This Zephyr is just rolling inside this pain train. DJ gets run through. They find that kill. 23 Savage trying to take down Cuckoo, but Cuckoo's not dying. Now the chain's gonna connect. They still are holding on to that beam script if they can wait long enough, but now he's just gonna end up getting gobbled. Oh, Ice jumps in, finds that kill onto Cuckoo. Carl will be able to make his jump out, and so too will Raven. But the final tally ends up being 3 for 2. I think you take that if you're Geek fam.
Dire structures are fortified.
Maybe a chance. Trying to body block? There's no way. They still hold on to Doom, so they're maybe hoping for an opening, but couldn't get there in time. Wait. Oh, Ice. Oh, Jesus. He thought about it. He raised his hands in the air.
I think that was quite a showing of how Fnatic can actually deal with the aggression of Geek. If they overstep their mark, they do have a lot of ways of just pushing them back, like, please stop fighting us, please, we're at our tower, go away, be gone. So I might want to sit back for a little bit, play up their pickoff potential.
No, Dean script top.
Doom dies top.
Again, I don't know if I care too much about that if I'm Geek fam. I think Fnatic are making the right moves. They're shutting down the map. But I'm still concerned about this, like, impending problem of Raven getting online. He's got his Yasha going down to the Fusel Blade.
That's exactly. I fully agree. It's the Fnatic are currently fine at preventing Geek fam from eventual point in which the PL gets scary, the Ember gets scary, and they can actually just jump to the back. And of course, if Puck gets agged, he's gonna have the exact same issue as the last game where
Coil there on the Bane. He's dead as they blow him up, but now Cuckoo is gonna get punished for his pressure. Now the chains, Carl jumping in. They've still got the Ice Blast on him. It's gonna wear off now though. Can they kill off Ice? Looking for that finish. The RP comes out afterwards. No! Carl the outplay and also gonna try and kill off this Pango, but he's got so much regen and those raindrops keeping him alive. Raindrops, baby. Dude, nobody buys him anymore. They're so good.
Yeah, Pango's actually pretty tanky when he has this Vlad, and again, like you said, with the raindrop.
Faces a stiff win.
Today we learned, guys, you don't have to hit RPs to kill heroes.
Apparently.
Has fallen.
Try in the pub near you, just level RP, slam it on the ground, and...
Dude, Carl's so mad. He just can't handle it. He's like, I gotta leave the game for a second. Gotta settle down.
And it's like, guys, it was a hotkey issue. Sorry.
So they're back into it. PL has the Imp Claw in his backpack and then the Pupil's Gift in his inventory. And this is, just a classic Raven game. Just farm. And now is going to have his, at least, first item that kind of puts him online. Does he need to wait till Manta until he really goes?
For confidence, I'd say yes.
Hello?
Simply because...
Hello?
Sneezing, sorry, hi.
No problem.
You posed the question too quickly. I was like, shoot. Right, yeah. No. So, okay, first of all, you know it's a Raven PL when he goes for the Yasha first.
Right.
That is just a farm-intensive item, and it's kind of... I think for Manta, he needs it to be able to truly fight, so that he can potentially disjoint like the Bane.
Nice play. The jump through onto 3. Boon. Resonant Pulse as well. Push back there, but they're not dead yet. Zephyr will eventually fall. Whitemon also could go down. They wanted to jump, but not going to do it. We haven't seen a Doom this game. Like, it's the name of the hero. Make it happen.
Doom. Good.
Jesus. All of these items that are like built to try and make these heroes that much tankier. Vambrace, Pupil's Gift, all that stuff, but...
Going back to the Javelin act, and now after all of that goes
right.
I think it's really critical that this Pangolier scales for damage. He needs to be able to, in fights, like have the Ags, have maybe the Maelstrom, the usual bash of these items, because then they're going to have so much kill potential stages of the game.
Right.
At that point, it could be an underwhelming, but as you've seen in these fights, like the rolls, you then have Flare, you got Voice Whip running around, like they have to fight around Coil. Don't fight around Coil, then probably gonna get run over. So, like, there's no way to stop this.
Carl. Oh god, DJ. RP isn't used? He used the RP, he didn't hit anything.
Oh.
What the hell is happening? Fnatic, come on now. Oh geez, and that gives them vision. Slow down. Do they have anything? Root chains, it's there. Ice blast afterwards. Ice coming on through. Wanted to kill him off. Raven is gonna drop. So the follow-up comes now. Zephyr still has the Doom. But the Fiend's grip is there to interrupt. They don't have any type of control. Nothing comes out. They're gonna kill off another one. Still no Doom. The fight started as terribly as it could have for Fnatic, and they still end up winning it.
I think DJ's missed about 3 hooks now, 4 hooks, which is, I'm gonna use probably the most overused phrase I think in Pro Dota. Very uncharacteristic.
Is gone.
It's rough. That was a rough one. Sorry, I was taking a drink of water when you said that.
No, it's fine. I thought, you know what? If I just leave,
Yeah, exactly.
I can get to hear the struggle of the. Yeah, I agree.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Dude, Jabs has been owning. I said that he had to have a good game, and he's having a really, really good game. He's killing it.
He's working it right now. Look at 1, 2, and 9.
He was able to bait out 2 separate RPs, like not get caught by them, as well as hook shots, like everything. He's just not getting caught, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I think the biggest takeaway right now is simply that fighting really well around their Pango and the Void Spirit playing together, and Geek fam just aren't numbers. Like, I've not seen a good coil.
Here we go.
5 minutes.
That's a pretty good coil. Doom on top of him also.
There we go. All right, cool.
And they got the kill. Now follow up here onto Jabs. Looks like they're going to run him down as well, transitioning it into an objective possibly. That would have been a TP into his death. I believe that was Mag that canceled it. So tier 1 tower taken.
He asked for the coil and game giveth the coil. So okay. Like, I feel like that's what Geek fam should have been doing for like the last 5 minutes. Like, allow Raven to farm and you just have coil up and just move and coil. You kill. Like, if you coil Pango, he dies.
This is crazy.
He dies.
They're actually not even sticking around to try and take the tower. It feels like Geek fam are super happy, just like saying, we have the late game, we're not going to put the pressure on.
You just have to, though, because you have to respect the Pangolier. Like, even though you've got these kills, Pango has such push potential and annoyance, and you have this kind of Magnus lingering. When you don't have Doom up, you don't have Coil up, don't stop anyone running it. You don't kill dude. Burns your mana, Ember, a light root, like it's so underwhelming. Like, you have, if you don't have Coil, you don't have Doom, Black, Farm, and Scale. Like, you've already seen it in that top fight, right? PL just
We should keep in mind also, though, that this is somewhat similar to how the game happened last time, where you have like a really early lead by Fnatic, and then they quickly kind of fell apart. And it was a similar type of scenario. We were talking about this Puck Ags coming online with the Vengeful Spirit, and Zephyr is likely just going to get blown up here, everybody else evacuating immediately. And I feel like it's the same type of problem as we see the catch on to Whitemon. So 2 supports go down there. But again, it's like, I don't know if it stops the real problem, which is that this PL is starting to get out of control. He's got 2 of the items, needs 1 more, and then I don't know how you deal with it if you're Fnatic.
Dire's bottom tower is about to flounder.
Even though you have the fear factor of PL, I think Fnatic don't really care about him until the point in which they lose kind of map control and they can't really move into areas that they want to. Because have this Pangolier who does deal with him pretty confidently, especially if he rolls. Sorry, if he uses Swashbuckle, then rolls, and then eventually gets the Ags involved. Like, I think the Pango is able to scale just enough to keep up with the PL up until maybe the 4th or 5th.
Jump away?
Should be able to just jump away, yeah.
It's at the high ground.
Speed. Will he check it with like a ward placement on that high ground, maybe?
He gets the curry.
Cuckoo.
Oh my god. Jesus, that is the most cuckoo play I've ever seen in my life.
Is it worth it? Yes or no, real quick. What are you vibing right now? What are we saying?
I think that's worth. Why not? Everybody came over there. They used Fiend scripts. You instilled some sort of emotional damage into them. Oh my god. And the thing about that is, you know, he didn't have auto attack on. He made that choice to kill the courier because he didn't have to like spam the stop command for the other ones. Carl gets pulled back in up
Mango Tree here. Sorry, I'm looking at a mid-lane Mango Tree.
What happens? Hook shot again off the mark for DJ. So they won't be able to find the kill onto Carl, who just zips on back to the other side. And it looks like now 5k gold lead. Tier 2 tower taken top. They're going to pressure the other one. While
Fnatic, oh, there you go, screw the Mango Tree.
Radiant's bottom tower.
But no, yeah, I think Fnatic, they're super confident right now. This PL, I actually don't think they're scared until at least like top butterfly. The PL's just kind of like whatever. The heart might make things a little bit awkward, but it's still not like that spooky.
You're a believer. You're a believer.
Honestly, yeah. I understand. Like, how many pubs have you played with a PL and you kind of like, you're like, wow, this hero is so strong, and then you get debated because they just have a little bit of AoE shit, and then
it's true. But that being said, I haven't played many pubs with Raven PL, and I feel like that could be a different factor.
Oh wow. Wait, aren't you like really big in the FDA Immortal Top 100 ranking?
No, I'm definitely not. Unfortunately, I played a couple games with Ninja Boogie, and he went beyond godlike at 15 minutes with a mid lion.
He is a pretty prolific lion.
Jesus, I almost got him.
Very close.
Quite
Very
catch the
close.
Raven. Okay, so we've got a 7,000 gold lead. In the fights where Geek Fam have cast their spells, they look good, but by and large, it has been Fnatic just owning everywhere they go on the map. It feels like the thing that's slowing them down the most is literally just movement speed. That's all that's stopping them. And honestly, it needs to be a turnaround for Geek Fam. Maybe this Aghanims is something with Cuckoo that he can get into a little bit harder control, but by and large, Fnatic in control of this game.
You see they're currently quite spread on the map, right? Gain plenty of objectives,
Scanning for enemy.
they're gonna focus up soon and most likely bot lane. She was that kind of awkward phase where there's no motion to get, there's bot lane to get, so there's kind of just kind of chilling right now.
Yo, and they got the item.
They've got ages, but
They got the item. Look at this, down bottom. They found themselves one. Is he going to die? Cuckoo in trouble,
There he
and
goes.
it's gonna drop. But they picked up and they have now repair kit on Geek Fam, so something else to try and extend the game out later, possible. Whitemon, is he caught? Oh, jeez, just off the angle, but they managed to find him. So throwing bodies, literally just throwing bodies over and over again.
Dire's
Nice thing as well is when you look at this Fnatic lineup, it does like an ability to kind of chip away at towers, but then Void Spirit is built. Desolator, Tower, Desolator, like they're itemizing so well. You've got the itemization, PL, to take towers, yeah, all round, and also Fnatic are actually playing as pretty much a 5-man unit when on the Dire side now. Previous games they've been a little bit overconfident, but they are playing a little bit more together. As I say, that DJ is very much alone, but close enough.
Well, and I think that, like, you see here, Zephyr just keeps on running across the map and, like, farming out this other side here, which kind of works for him. He gets the blink away. Doesn't look like they're... Well, now they catch him because he was underneath the mango tree. So they realize that there's a ward up there. Zephyr's going to get caught. Again, though, it's like all of these kills are building up net worth lead. They're getting more and more strong, but there hasn't been that, like, next objective taken. It feels like going high ground is going to require another Aegis for Fnatic, right?
Just on the Aegis now. Pangolier is pretty close. Pangolier is close to his Aghanims, so I wouldn't be surprised if they just push out lanes, like Roshan spawning in a minute 50, wait for that, get the next Aegis, then slowly chip away at the building. Use the fact that you have this there, so the fact that you've got quite a tanky Magnus, and that's about it. All.
Push the wave here, the Manta illusions. Cut it off, and they're keeping hold of their high ground.
They only got the normally you've seen those, but a couple of these pickoffs just put them in an awkward. And Fnatic's just doing a really good job of keeping all 3 lanes somewhat pushed in, forcing Geek Fam to watch no map. Like right now, look at the map presence on Geek Fam. That's no map at all.
Yeah. Well, push out the lane. Cuckoo gets out. Cut the creep wave, run away. Again, slow down, being annoying constantly. Eventually, you can't win Dota unless you win a fight, but they're trying to get to that point. They're trying to slow down this game as long as possible and stop the pushes that they know are eventually going to come. Now, the big question that I have is, do you think that Geek Fam are going to come and try and contest for the next Roche?
I hope not.
You don't think Geek Fam would want to go for it? Okay.
If you look at this Pangolier, he just got level 20, so the swashbuckle damage. He's Aghanims now. So scary, especially for this PL, who still doesn't even have heart. He's going to barely complete it. Actually, he will complete it for the next fight. So I just think this Pangolier, he's controlling all of these fights right now. If you can doom him, then sure, please, smoke out of your base, Geek Fam, and try and take a fight, but Pangolier, then
right. Yeah, that's the only way that they can take full 5-on-5 engagements. But the other thing that's nice about this Geek Fam lineup is they've got some pretty good pick-off potential at various points. It's a smoke up right now from Fnatic. They want to find this rotation that we've seen Geek Fam do over and over again, which is pushing out the wave, trying to take it out. Whitemon walking up onto the high ground, but they're not revealing themselves yet. They want a bigger target, but they're not going to find it. That was a courier that got sent out and it revealed the smoke. So no outpost gained for the side of Geek Fam, but they do see now that Roche is up. And Doom holding on to this invis. Let's see what he can do with it.
You know, martyr of couriers coming. 2 TPs, craggy coat. Do you oh actually made it.
I mean, this could be really nice for them if Zephyr is able to keep this invis run and they start the fight. Pull back in 1. Cuckoo. They block again off the mark with the hook, and he gets the blink out. So over and over again, these fights have not been starting great for Fnatic.
DG has missed about 6 hooks, I think, roughly this game.
And there's the heart done. PL still not level 20 yet, so doesn't have that Phantom Rush talent, as we see the courier take the long path around, trying to pick up that energy booster, or point booster rather.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
So many couriers going down. All right, Fnatic came into the pit. They're like, screw this stuff. We're done with all of your shenanigans. We're going in.
Does Dire have a repair kit though to set up their base defense?
They do.
They do. Okay. Wait, no, do they?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they do. Yeah. I forgot to select the Dire hero. So I went to the Dire base, selected the Dire neutral shop, but it showed me the Radiant neutral shop. I had Radiant hero selected.
Gotcha. I do feel like Ember could use a different item besides the Ironwood tree. Maybe he just feels like he needs the stats. His attributes are pretty solid.
Does he have?
Oh, look at this
but
though.
You could also go for the clumsy net, because the mana region as well.
Look at this, the wraparound.
This is a big wrap.
If they could get, I mean, DJ is the one that's interrupting them though. They're looking for the full turnaround. They see DJ. Yeah, they can't.
Okay, if they move around further, where are they going?
All right, now they see everybody. And they're just going up to high ground. So they were like, all right, they're all there. Let's go hit the building.
There we go.
They need a glyph. And they do have their repair kit, rooted. They're very spread out right now. Magnus is kind of alone. All right, now the rest of them have shown up. So repair kit here, hook shot, not going to be on the mark. DJ very far away. Where's the repair kit? Come on, y'all.
I'm scouting. I'll find out. Not there.
Is it just in the
inventory? Just chilling in base. Nope. Yeah, it is just chilling in the base right now.
All right, they should definitely be a repair kit. This is going to start making me very upset. Wait, 23 Savage? 23 Savage? Excuse me? On the other side, they find the Doom there right at the start. On a Void Spirit, Ice Blast coming in also onto both of them. Where's the extra damage? Pango wants to buy back immediately to try and get into this fight. RP onto nothing. There's nobody here. That's just the PL illusions. On the other side, they're taking down Zephyr. That's a pretty good initiation for them there. DJ trying to run away. Got to be careful though, because on the other side, Pango is coming in. So they lose the Ember, they lose the Doom, but it was a buyback from Pango. Chase. Oh, they caught Whitemon. Assimilate. Moon. Run through. Tries to find that kill. Yule Scepter left up. Still chasing. He's looking like he's in some trouble. Moon getting the mana drain, but not going to be able to go all the way. And Raven, very smart with his non-committal movement. So they keep it back.
I'm a bit worried here. Try to buy back just in case. Okay, they got cheese on the voice threat. Don't worry, we don't care anymore. Hit the buildings.
So they take that tier 3 tower and start to beat into 23 Savage. He gets bashed, he gets disarmed. Still the slowdown coming. The wraparound coming from Zephyr. Does get the hook stomp. So they jump in, hook shot there as well. Void Spirit trying to find the backline. Whitemon caught, completely killed off. Zephyr also low. He's going to need to force a buyback. That's 3 buybacks already. If Fnatic can get out at this point, they're going to be real happy as they all try and retreat, try and get away. Savage, there's also, no, excuse me, Savage jumping in. The BKB gets the RP onto 2. Where's the follow-up? Do they have any extra damage onto him? It's not quite looking like it's enough, but they do kill off the Ember. That's a dieback. Moon now on top of Cuckoo, trying to escape. Raven just doesn't have the damage right here. Too much mana drain as it looks like Ice on top of him. Spirit Vessel chased down, coming through, killing him off. Does have buyback himself. That's 4 buybacks now in the duration of this fight. And unless he can do something extremely magical, this is looking like it's going to be, at the very least, some racks.
Don't see how the field can really do damage. The Pango doesn't share any mana now, so potentially this could be a time for the field to at least scare them out of the base. The mana regen for second. 1, maybe 2 sports buttons up during this building.
Yeah. 23,000 gold lead for Fnatic, who've been playing this one oh so well. They get the pull back in onto Zephyr, and he is going to die. PL against the world. Raven hoping to make something happen and hold on to one last set of racks, but Fnatic do not appear to be leaving.
Few items away from being able,
or they're leaving.
Like, they're just dipping out. Sure, okay. That is pretty much that. That is good discipline. They understand that all they need to do now, in reality, is play the map like they just done. I think as long as if we quickly look over in this area down here, when they were defending this high ground area, they had 1 hero down in this bottom corner. They had 3 heroes in this area, and they had 1 hero on the left. When you're holding this high ground, you have to have all your heroes here, and then you can't farming your jump. have to hold this high.
Radiant's top tower
Didn't hold it
is under
correctly.
attack.
Meant that the found the Pangolier. That's where it kind of got fire back. Luckily, it turned out in Fnatic's favor.
Cuckoo. Coral Cuckoo.
Cuckoo. Oh, buddy. Oh, no.
They dropped the gem down on the ground as well. Ready to move on in. Feeling pretty good. God, a part of me just wishes that they would have gone for like Avenge last pick or something. You know? On Geek Fam. Like, it felt like that was such a strong combination that they had, and now it's like a mixture of not having damage and not having that control. It just felt so greedy.
Enabled by the fact that it was had fucked and it was had it.
Hook shot in, finding Whitemon. They're gonna try and hit on the DJ. This guy has 3,000 HP in a pipe. You are not killing the clockwork. And in fact, I don't know if you're killing anybody. As they look for the turnaround, Zephyr finds the Doom. It's finally there, but isn't going to be enough damage. They're trying to kill off this Mag who just continues to beat ass. Roll through, find that kill finally. A coil, not bad. Okay, controlling up the Pango.
There's the coil.
That's what they need to do.
And they kill the Pango.
As they finally bring him down, but they came at the cost of the tier 3 tower. So
They did get the breakthrough. So, Geek Fam, at least they're keeping themselves slightly in the game. Does it overall change anything?
well, it depends
40 because
on, I guess that like you have like 90 seconds with no Pango. They got to get something done here, it feels like.
Roshan spawns in 84 seconds, so there's
Well, possibly.
enough time to dig that. Oh, may respawn, yes. Ooh, didn't see the name. Ooh. So it may respawn. They're still not going to respawn in time, so
Right.
right now it's just Geek Fam needs to push the lanes out, try and get some defensive wards, and then hopefully for them, for their sake, Fnatic might try and overextend again, or at least go with positioning.
Radiant's
He
middle
abused it,
tower
but
is under attack.
LG,
Radiant structures are fortified.
he just picked up the Basher to try and have some presence in a team fight, but 40-minute Basher when you're carrying a Wraith Band on a PL, it's underwhelming.
Run to the clockwork. Zephyr finds that stun, trying to burn through this mana. Body blocked from any hook shots away. And it looks like they will be able to bring it down at this clockwork, most likely. Although DJ, they're running out of damage. This is, it's so frustrating to have to play against this and just have like nothing that you can do to them. But they do finally bring him down.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
So again, it's like these little moments where I feel as if Geek Fam, if they could string together a couple more of those, things start to maybe look a little bit better. But right now, you know, it's as long as Fnatic play it safe, I don't think that Geek Fam can do anything. But the problem is that Fnatic aren't really playing safe. They're like still trying to get stuff done. Like this jump onto him is, I don't know if this jump on a Cuckoo is like super necessary, but it might end up coming out to hurt them.
Oh, okay, you got the roof.
As they do find themselves this Bane, they're going to get the gem back, and Moon, you don't want to get caught here. They're still chasing, but not going to get him.
So yeah, I think for Fnatic, these plays are a little bit wild, but if anything, things, I guess the way that you could look at it is they're forcing things up, so Geek Fam can't actually force Puck is dead, so they wouldn't try and do actual pressure, but Fnatic are just finding things to trying to entertain themselves whilst they wait for everyone to group up and Roshan. They could just hold a high ground area, farm a couple neutral camps, and just wait for Roshan, like patient players, but these guys are a little bit ants. They want to be killing. Roshan has respawned, so luckily the Bane will be alive in 11 seconds, so 5-on-5 scuffle here.
God, they know that they're up here.
The Puck respawns.
They know they're up here, dropping the ward down. Geek Fam gonna back out. They still could go for some type of a play, needing to keep these waves pushed out simultaneously. They're on the Moon. Assimilate there. Backed out. Zephyr pops the BKB onto 23 Savage, drops the Doom onto him right at the start. Ice Blast going out. It's going to connect onto several, but they don't have the Puck with them right now. He's showing up now, so they could go for a coil play. Waiting for that opening. A little bash from Roche. Burning through some of that mana, maybe? Nothing doing.
The battle for Roshan is constant. how can teams find ways? Fnatic got 20, but make one mistake here. One bad RP, one bad Angelier, and there. Geek can very much get back in.
Geek fam also have no neutral items right now.
None.
Yeah, hit some creeps. Oh, on the creep wave. And finally they get one, and it's one of the worst neutral items in the world. Cuckoo. Oh god, get out of there. He runs away.
I really like to see the Havoc Hammer on Hector's. Clear the illusions on PL.
Right.
And Hero. He jump shoot, boom, Havoc Hammer. Doesn't cost mana as well. Nice little way to deal with it.
So they know that Roche is going on right now. We saw Moon get to level 25. Leveler for the PL. But make a difference. They jump forward, they find Zephyr. He can't be the one that dies at the start. They gotta get out of here now, but I don't know if Fnatic are gonna let it happen. They find the feeds here. No, but the jump forward. They find the turnaround. Cuckoo is gonna go down. Has buyback, but the two supports don't. Raven just trying to TP away. Not gonna happen. Although Doom does get buyback now, but the taunt comes through after the Yule Scepter, and that is Raven dead. 2 minutes. No buyback, running down lanes, ending the game. Fnatic looking good.
Waves are breaking.
Oh wait, wait a minute. He got buyback. Was that because of timer?
Off cooldown. Yep. All right, okay. I was just like packing in my thing. Like, yep, I'm done. Put that aside. Game. End. Close. 3. This PO hasn't really found its foot this game, primarily because
Where's the Ags? Who's picking that one up?
probably voice rate doesn't. Hey, oh, Magnus it is.
Okay, cool.
Or why not?
Let's go.
The rest of his team is kind of pointless having it.
He's queuing up a rapier. He's got his Ags. He's ready to party.
Seen some highlights. He's ready to end.
We've seen a lot of rapiers recently. That true strike change. It's all the difference. Do they still not have any other items, by the way? Oh, they got Leveler and Minotaur Horn. That's the other one.
Here we go. The very slow feed occurring in the top lane.
Send out the illusions. Carl tries to wave push. 23 Savage steps up. Gives it the big old punch. Moon there as well. Rooted. Wants a chase. There's the Abyssal. Pull back in, and you can't show. You just can't. It can't happen. No buyback for him. Doom on cooldown. He's out of there for 80 seconds. He cannot be the one up front and center, but the jump in comes from behind. They find the Hex there onto AA. These supports have not been able to do anything. They're going to lose the puck. And now they're going to lose most likely Raven, who is completely alone here. Although he's doing a decent chunk. He was able to fake them out with the illusion. So that's keeping him alive a little bit longer. Doppelganger stun, not going to happen. Chase forward, tries to find one, does take down Jazz, but afterwards they get the lift up, the Cogs pushback, and GG called. The series ends one game apiece amongst these top two teams in this Group B.